As campaigning heats up ahead of the new Patriotic Party primaries, we will touch base and look at how some of the campaigns are going.
Also tonight, police arrest 4 persons in Ablekuma Fan Milk Bullion van robbery.
Still ahead in the bulletin, the architect of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, Dr. Eric George Alexander Don Arthur, opens up on design.
Coming up in Mission, we'll tell you about alternative livelihood options for fishermen under the Feed the Future Ghana Fisheries Recovery Activity.
And elsewhere on the international front, hundreds of homes have been destroyed by fire in a poor neighborhood of South African port city of Durban. We've got details of all these stories, plus many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Do well to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on Twitter.
We begin with politics, and a flag-bearer aspirant of the governing New Patriotic Party, Kennedy Japan, has attacked some people in government for handling the city poorly. Addressing some party delegates in the Bono East region, he attributed the predicament to the bad policy choices made by those who call themselves strategists. Christian Yali reports.
The Asen Central Member of Parliament, Kennedy Japan, says persons who claim to be strategists have no claim to the NPP's flag bearership because they risk losing the 2024 elections. He did not mince words by stating that some individuals integral to the management of the economy have failed Ghanaians due to the rapid fall of the cedi to the dollar. And he just cannot come to terms with how the so-called strategists looked on as the country was plunged into severe hardship that necessitated the IMF deal.
I'm sorry, we are strategists. Strategists, any baby, it is only Ghana and I would the economy call IMF also a strategist.
They go about claiming to be strategists. Ghana is the only place that those who take the country to IMF claim to be strategists.
That dollar are 4 cedis, and that dollar are 12 cedis. We are strategists. Excuse me.
While lamenting the high rate of unemployment in the country, Kennedy Japan recounts how the cedi depreciation cost him financial losses last year. He took some unnamed persons in his own party to the cleaners, describing them as people who have no shame.
I used to owe a Turkish for some doors he delivered to me. When I was depositing his cash, a dollar was equal to 6 cedis. In August 2022, when he was coming for $100,000, I paid 1,550,000 cedis, meaning the dollar was equal to 15 cedis 50 pesos.
Where were the strategists?
The call for NPP flag-bearer aspirant to engage in campaigns devoid of personal attacks seems not to have been heeded. Analysts warn that if this is not checked, it could divide a party that is keen on breaking the 8. And the question remains, should the NPP focus on its internal primary or look beyond it as a larger contest with the National Democratic Congress? Some major contenders for Kennedy Japan in the NPP flag-bearer race include the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and a former Minister of Trade and Industries, Alan Chemating.
If English you go chop, your pocket is empty. If English you go chop. The message, a daisy woman.
Christian Yali, TV3 News.
Let's now cross over to the Ashanti region, where William Evans Nkum has been following the campaign tour of Dr. Bawumia and joins me. Thank you so much for your time, William Evans Nkum. I know that Dr. Bawumia is currently in Bantama. What has he been saying on his tour?
Well, so I can tell you that inside this auditorium, you can have hundreds of delegates who are waiting to receive the vice president who's also contesting for the flag bearership position of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Not too long ago, he visited the Asokwa constituency where he made a strong case for him being elected to lead the party into the 2024 general election. Dr. Bawumia has been very consistent when it comes to his campaign message. Talking about the fact that he has sacrificed a lot to help the party, or to, support the current president, bring the party to power. So he was making reference to the fact that he sacrificed his job as the African Development Bank. He also mounted the dog to defend the party. Which is something new because we have been reporting this particular, development ever since he stepped, foot here in the Ashanti region. But one particular, comment, which of course emanated from the camp of Kennedy Oyedepo, coming from himself, who is a contender for this particular slot, is that strategic job. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia hasn't been, open when it comes to he also responding to this particular job. But he has been using some extremisms, and of course, he also has been using some submarine jobs. For instance, he said, the party doesn't need a wealthy man to lead the ruling party, or the party doesn't need a wealthy man to be president. But of course, you and I know, if you're talking about a contender who brand to be wealthy, then we know where we are looking at. Of course, Kennedy Oyedepo. But even though he will not respond directly, a member of his campaign team who is playing a very key role as far as canvassing support for the vice president is concerned is the member of parliament for Tijasi Askorin, who is also the leader of the MP caucus in parliament, of course, for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Later, you will 3 years believe that the same lawmaker misfired or missed a target. But this is what he has been telling me when I engage him on this particular development. Listen to Dr. Afriyie.
A wealthy man to be the president.
Absolutely. Any person's child any poor person. He shared his experiences when he used to claim to go to school to pay his fees, drive taxi, cab. So any person, if he can be a president one day, any person's child, regardless of where you are in this country, there's opportunity for you to be where you have to be. Yes, and he's coming to give the hope for everyone.
Well, some believe that it's a submarine job at Kennedy Oyedepo, who has been saying that the man claimed to be a strategist, but look at where the city is now. This got nothing to do with the fact that then I would say he should direct it to the Minister of Finance. Yes, and when he's in charge, he will take charge and we'll go to the promised land. He's taking us there. DMB is doing that. He's taking us to the promised land. He will do that. So you think Kennedy Oyedepo is not,
I don't know. He should attack the finance minister. No, not him.
William Evans Nkum, thank you so much for your time. And William Evans Nkum is our Ashanti regional correspondent.
A reminder, you're still watching News 360. It's getting hot. Let's know what you make of our top stories this hour. Just visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on Twitter. Now, a leading member of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Nkrumah, says he is pleased that 10 people are contesting to lead the party into the 2024 general elections. Speaking with me a while ago, the renowned economist said the behavior of party elders will determine whether or not there will be unity after the primaries.
I want all the young people to aspire to be president. So we have a pool, a large pool to select. And the larger the pool, the more likely you are to come out with a better person. You know, politics is to serve. The higher you go, the higher your responsibility, the more the burden of service that we have to give to the people.
But some have also said or attributed the defeat, the NPP's defeat in the 2008 elections to just a number of people who were contesting and the fact that it created a lot of enmity within the party.
No. What happened was that a lot of the elders in the party, a lot of the people at the top of the party pick candidates to support, and that is wrong. When you get everybody to contest after they finish, if the party officers and the party elders are independent, it is easier to bring everybody together to support one candidate. So it is the attitude, the stance that the elders and the party executive take that determine whether it is easy to bring the people together after the election. But the number of people who are contesting doesn't matter.
And it's on the basis on which you decided to come up with this super delegates situation where they'll have to water down the numbers to 5 and eventually leave it to the general mass of the electorate. Is that not the reason?
No, the reason was that they thought 10, 15 may be confusing for the 220,000 delegates. So they said 900 will select 5. In 2014, the spirit of the amendment of the Constitution was misinterpreted. So the 900 superdelegates were asked to select 1, to vote for 1. That is wrong. You know, the mathematical probability of all of them voting for 1 or 2 people is negligible. But it is possible that only 3 people will be elected if you say each one should vote for 1. But that's not the job of the superdelegate. Their job is to trim it down to 5. And after 900 have selected 5, then we find out who are the top 5, and then they go for the 220,000 to select them.
Because there have been allegations of incumbency advantage for the vice president. There are also allegations about the fact that the party hierarchy and the powers that be seem to be biased towards him and seem to be pushing a certain agenda. Today you see a lot of MMDCEs, you see ministers of state, you see heads of public institutions throwing their weight and support behind one candidate, mostly the vice president. What do you make of all this?
I think it's unfortunate. I think that Nana Akufo-Addo was among us when we said that Kufuor should not have the right of letting Alan Chamatin succeed him. And there's no reason why Nana Akufo-Addo should think he wasn't born of a woman and therefore he should have a greater say in who succeeds him. You see, that's what happened when we lost the election in 2008. That's what happened when the party elders were supporting their relatives and friends to go into parliament because they thought they had safe seats. That's why we lost about 30 seats in parliament. And then we end up with a parliament which was hanged, you know. So I think we should have learned our lessons and say, let the people go and contest. And I tell all of them whom I talk to, please go and sell yourself. Don't talk about other people and what they are incompetent in and what they are. You tell us what you can do for the people of Ghana, what you can do for us. So I think that we made mistakes in the past. Political parties are young institutions. We are growing.
And away from the NPP, the police have so far arrested 4 people of interest in connection with the Ablekuma Bullion van robbery. One of the suspects was reportedly arrested on Saturday, July 15. The 4 suspects are in custody, assisting police investigations. A release from the Ghana Police Service says further details will be communicated in due course. On Thursday, June 22, a police officer was shot and killed at a filling station in Ablekuma, a suburb of Accra, in another bullion van attack. The makeshift cash transit pickup vehicle was at the filling station to collect cash when it was attacked. Since the deadly incident, the Ghana Police Service has intensified its manhunt for the 4 armed robbers.
In other stories tonight, the current outlook of the modernized Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and Mausoleum does not sit well with the architect and designer of the monument. George Quinn, my colleague, was at the residence of 83-year-old Dr. Eric George Alexander Don Arthur, who complained he was not contacted prior to the redevelopment of the facility.
It's Regimano Gray at Spinktest in Accra. I'm here to speak with Dr. Don Arthur, the original architect and designer of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park has been in the news again since it was first opened in 1992.
is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
For a devoted supporter of the ideologies of the first president of Ghana, designing a monument was effortless. The design was conceptualized during the regime of the late General Ignatius Kutu Champon and birthed in 1992 when the late Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings was president of the Fourth Republic. I asked him how he came up with the design for the mausoleum.
It dawned on me, Nkrumah was fighting for African unity. The monument that is put up must reflect his immortality as far as ideas and efforts are concerned.
Dr. Don Arthur tells me the inspiration for the fountain and pool was derived from the Taj Mahal in India, while the pyramid in Egypt informed the design of the inner mausoleum. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah swore an oath with a sword, promising peace, which is why the mausoleum has been shaped like a sword, inverted down and coming out in the form of the Eiffel Tower in France, similar to Alexandria in the United States of America. But was he paid for the work he did?
I wasn't paid a peso. It was a national duty, and knowing Ghanaians who they are, I said, please, there is AESL, Architecture Engineering Services Limited. They would be the managers of the project. So we brought them in to oversee the construction of the project so that I can have my peace of mind. But then I was the architect. Everything that is here is exciting, and I still would maintain that this has been done. This does not affect the monument, the fence wall. Doesn't affect the monument at all. Right? Because it have maintained the whole system the way it was. Right? But the structure. So if anything at all, a similar structure must be put eastwards to balance it. But it must be done in a way that would not obscure the program.
But Dr. Don Arthur tells me he was not consulted for his input into the redevelopment of the facility.
It's cost effective, to hold discussions, right? But here I wasn't consulted, and I also stayed quiet to see what would happen. And now you've come to me. I didn't know what and who told you to come. I would have wished to have my peace and not to get myself involved, because these days you don't know. You make a statement, one word, just one word, you slip, and then it's misconstrued to mean something else.
Dr. Don Arthur is not impressed with the current outlook of the 30 million cedi redeveloped monument.
The central line is on the axis to the old parliament and situate it on it. Now that they put this in here, it's...
In the opinion of the 83-year-old architect, the elements of the original design have been obstructed.
The lessons that you people should learn is that there are some chemicals you cannot mix together. If you don't take care, you will lose your life. How should you, a national monument site, say that it should become a dancing? What is the essence?
For him, what is the essence of championing Ghana's rich history and culture when citizens cannot afford to access the monument?
The cost of so many people would want to get there either by scaling walls, and if they scale the walls, they will be chased around the park as if they are. And then soon, people will be brought before court for having trespassed where? National Park. Hey, I said, no.
The park on a 5-acre land is nestled on what was once the British colonial polo grounds and is a site where Dr. Kwame Nkrumah declared Ghana's independence on the eve of March 6, 1957. The renovated Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park was reopened earlier this month by President Akufo-Addo. That's Dr. Don Arthur's two persuades on the current outlook of what he originally designed. But that does not take away the fact that the monument has been redeveloped. Moving forward, he expects that should a monument be redeveloped, a new place acquired for that purpose, and the monument left intact. And if possible, find best way to finance its maintenance. It's only time that will tell if his expectations will come to pass. George Quenin, TV3 News, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Accra.
Let's now go to the Upper East region, where illegal mining activities and teenage pregnancies are affecting the education of girls in some parts of the Kasina-Nankana West District. Despite the re-entry policy of the Ghana Education Service, retaining the girls in school has been difficult. Christopher Mwako has more.
You will be fortunate to find a girl in this community who completes junior high school without being pregnant. Almost all the girls between 13 and 19 are either pregnant, have delivered, or have been married off. A sad reality that comes knocking at the doors of every girl growing up. The situation is even worse in the Tazika-Baktua area of the Kasina-Nankana West District. The men who are responsible are mostly illegal miners from neighboring Burkina Faso. Meet 15-year-old Matilda, a Form 2 pupil of the Kulia Junior High School in the Kasina-Nankana West District. She narrates how she became pregnant.
He was a Ghanaian state boy. I asked him to give me money to buy food. In a day, he gave me 50 cedis to buy food for all my family.
Like Matilda, Vida could not complete her junior high education.
I was in JHS3 when I became pregnant. My boyfriend is a Galamsey man, so he gives me money every day. My education has been cut short because there is no one to take care of my daughter.
These girls, like their other pregnant counterparts, while growing up, had great dreams and aspirations to fulfill. But these dreams have been dashed as the phenomenon seems to be getting out of hand. Schools are getting empty as most of the children who get pregnant are compelled to drop out of school and marry, which defeats the re-entry policy by the Ghana Education Service. This situation has become a nightmare for school authorities and residents.
The Galansey issue is very, very bad. It is affecting our studies here or our teaching and learning here because most of the children, they always leave school and then go for Galansey. We use that money to influence the girls, and then at the end of it, the girls will also become pregnant and then they will leave school.
For the Kasina-Nankana West Director of Education, the situation has reached alarming proportions, requiring urgent actions.
It's affecting education because most of these teenage children who get pregnant, they are unable to concentrate in their academic work. Some of them have had to drop from school, even though we are putting in efforts to make them stay at school.
According to the Ghana Health Service, Ghana recorded 542,131 pregnancies amongst adolescent girls aged 15 to 19 years and 13,444 pregnancies among young teenagers aged 10 to 14 years between 2016 and 2020. In 2022 alone, 102,673 teenagers were reported to be pregnant. Despite the unending activism of NOSAC's Power to Youth program against unintended pregnancies and other harmful cultural practices in the district, the numbers keep increasing.
I think the delay in approving and implementing comprehensive sexuality education is still one of the biggest challenges we are having as a country. Once we don't make this effort to happen, we will continue to have young people not having access to information, because where do they go? Most of them are in school. And teachers need to have information to be able to give to students.
Target 3.7 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 14 aims to ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health care services, including family planning, information, and education, and the integration of reproductive health into national strategies and programs. If the situation is not improved, it will have adverse impacts on Ghana's attainment of the SDGs and the Medium-Term Development Plan.
And to some more interesting news tonight, in a world where technology continues to reshape industries, a powerful force is transforming healthcare in Ghana. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has emerged as a beacon of hope, bringing a wave of innovation to a nation striving for better healthcare delivery. In this report, my colleague Emmanuel Samani delves into the realm of AI in healthcare and witnesses how it is revolutionizing patient care in Ghana.
Artificial intelligence, simply put, AI. We all know about the uses of AI, but what if I told you your next prescription might be made by an AI, or maybe your next diagnosis might be made by an AI as well? Well, I'm here at the Kolubu Teaching Hospital where doctors are leveraging artificial intelligence to help mitigate some of the challenges faced in the healthcare sector. Let's find out all about it. Artificial intelligence offers a glimmer of hope for addressing these pressing challenges. The utilization of telemedicine increased dramatically as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Artificial intelligence is currently poised to further transform the healthcare industry. Here in Ghana, companies and institutions are exploring the potential of AI to improve healthcare access and quality. One area where AI is gaining significant traction is radiology, the branch of medicine that specializes in diagnosing and treating diseases using medical imaging techniques such as X-rays and MRIs. An AI innovative platform is at the forefront of this technological revolution.
Once you get to the platform, you just choose chest X-ray pre-diagnosing. Then you can select a medical image. So this can be, in the format of a DICOM, JPEG, PNG, the standard formats, they are supported. So we select one image, and then you provide basic information about the patients. So once you do that, you just hit diagnose. Instead of spending too long on the image, the AI system makes the process much easier. It takes a few seconds, look at the image, generate results, and then the radiologist comes in and has the final say.
Doctors here are attesting to the diagnostic capabilities of artificial intelligence.
It's very useful because with AI systems in radiology units or departments, we are able to image patients appropriately. And also when it comes to interpretation of images, it's very fast and is able to detect many conditions, and which with detection of these conditions, we're able to generate reports quickly and very fast, and this has helped with patient care and then output.
For a PhD candidate at Johns Hopkins University, Dr. Banda Khalifa, the transformative impact of AI breathes new air into healthcare.
By enhancing diagnostics, personalizing treatments, and reaching a more precise diagnosis, thereby decreasing errors, especially in cancer detection, for screening and diagnostic tests to catch cancers at its earliest stages and expedite development of novel treatment.
He noted that a broader adoption of AI could lead to a revolution in healthcare, particularly in Ghana.
Expansion of access to healthcare. Though countries like Ghana, where its internet access is difficult, AI's adoption could potentially extend high quality care through telemedicine and remote patient monitoring technologies if internet becomes readily available.
Artificial intelligence is making its mark in Ghana's healthcare landscape, offering a glimmer of hope to overcome the challenges faced by the healthcare system. The remarkable advancements in AI-powered tools are transforming the way medical diagnoses are made to how patients are treated. With the right balance of human expertise and AI technology, Ghana's healthcare industry is on the brink of a revolution. Emmanuel Samani, TV3 News, Accra.
In more news tonight, NPP National Chairman Stephen Intim says the party will under no circumstances support the activities of LGBTQ+ in the country.
I want to state emphatically, without any fear of equivocation, that the new patriotic party that I chair will never support LGBTQ. The good Lord wants us to continue populating this earth that He has put at our disposal. How do we achieve that commandment if we are going to resort to LGBTQ? You ask yourself. There's no way you can answer that question.
We have more news coming up shortly. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
Evaporated milk. Ooh. Tasty and creamy, right? So. And napa milk, well custard one a fine. Na se well Tom Brown no rice water muswa a nice. Honey trip na baso. Me the enapa mayonnaise. Na me dia salad and a burger. Fries niso and napa tasty ketchup. And a good side. Coffee ni jollof no so made the end up you long green rice. Oh, you are one. Don't forget your favorite and a chocolate milk drink. Oh, more quite so. See, honey, you're sorted.
I'm in control like a pilot on Anapa Airways.
Mama, Mama.
Me, you know.
Anapa, I can't stand it.
Just a moment. And now power, huh?
Yeah!
And now, oh yeah, Jack Macron, no more. It's you cannot get there. Hey, you contumre. What do tomato sauce, I want you, baby. And now, pass sardine for box with salad, yeah. Hey, you stew. And jollof. Never to the one that don't know it though. Or to that. And the ball of ya, or made to bunny a doa. You want a pass sauce, check for you, sir. Oh, more tasty. And a big beans for the breakfast. La so a salad, oh, she and a tuna. We can puffle. La so a salad, oh, taste good. And a pan on dairy creamer. 4 box we so can see oats, na cremitino. Yo and a spaghetti. Talia papa b. Mansunin sejadu re. Na for and a spaghetti no gum. Wo and a patalia no I ready for watch on you with you. So ya na pa no so ko dia.
Inkrati
FDA appendo.
Many people think I get whatever I want because I'm a popular actress. But no, that is not true. Me ankasano, adebia mi yebiano, me shishimpe papano. And when I find it, I stick to it. My shishimenya Bell Pack tissues. Bell Pack ewe tea roll. Bell Pack tea roll. Soft, but not weak. Strong, but not hard. It is smooth. Me yusua, me hot tummy. It's just perfect. Same as the kitchen towel. What about what? What me the papaye? What me soaki? Echimu esa pepa. One Bell Pack kitchen towel lasts longer and saves you money. It's time you switch to Bell Pack today. Say here pocket tissue, table napkin, tea roll, and a kitchen towel. Bell Pack is simply the best. It's just perfect.
Nothing feels so good like Bell Pack.
Money there, 1MP. They want 539 chop money a big jar. You will chop money on a pebiara. I want no 25 bremo. A brow bed dialing *446#. Let's sell it to option 2 no. Nature day 1539 chop money. Try direct 2 no. Now this can of the try no more 40 times. Direct 3 no. Now this can of the try no more 400 times. Now direct 1 no. But this can of the try no more 20 times. Wait me swap permit numbers no. Now wait didn't what me have found man so every bako. I could see a dear sankron. Then the dear I am rekeke. Try day 1539 direct. Nanuni lotria and more Konya Sahuro be brave and you can papa with me D. You will chop money on a pebiara. Never go mobile wallet so. Dial *446#. Nature Dewa 539 chop money. Dewa.
This edition of Mission is funded by USAID from the American people. Fishing has become a way of life for Christian Gavo, but against this backdrop of decline in fish stock, which threatens employment in the fisheries value chain, Christian cannot depend exclusively on income from fishing, but is exploring alternative livelihood options developed by the Feed the Future Ghana Fisheries Recovery Activity. Joseph Armstrong has the rest of the story.
The fisheries sector provides over 375,000 direct jobs, including some 150,000 women engaged in processing and marketing. However, declining fish stock has reduced volume of catch and a threat to employment opportunities in coastal communities. The Gavo family is bearing the brunt of increasing threat to livelihoods. Christian Gavo is a 28-year-old and senior school graduate from Abutia, a fishing community in the Keita municipality. It's early morning, and Christian is already on his way to the beach. Fishing has become a way of life for Christian and his extended family. These fishermen are from the Gavo family. They work collectively to get bumper catch. Cheerfully, they pull the net to the shoreline, but their energy and determination ends in despair and disappointment. This is all they could harvest as a result, a sad reality that buttresses fish stock decline. From 2 a.m. till now, some few minutes past 11 a.m., this is all these fisher foods can account for. Christian recalls days where he and his family returned from their fishing expedition empty-handed. Fortunately for Christian, he does not need to depend solely on fishing for income. He is undergoing training as an electrician under the auspices of the Feed the Future Ghana Fisheries project that supports employment transition for youth and women in fishing communities. Back at home, he changes into his electrician outfit to make good use of skills training initiative founded by the Feed the Future in an attempt to provide alternative livelihood program for the youth in fishing communities. Christian says he can fix faulty electrical appliances such as fans, microwaves, wiring and fixing of lamp holders.
Yeah, sure.
His trade, according to him, has brought hope to his family.
When I was enrolled, some of the things I was taught in the shop right now, I didn't know about it. But when I went to the shop and we were taught, as at now, I can do one or two things to take some money to feed myself. I can fix ceiling fan. When somebody brings ceiling fan brand new, I can fix it. I can repair ceiling fan. Even blender, I can repair blender. And sometimes fixing of lamp holder, even sockets I can do. My master is teaching me how to climb the electricity pole.
Christian Gavor is one out of 48 from Keta enrolled on a skills training program under the Feed the Future activities founded by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
In a few months coming, I see myself to be fully equipped with electrical side, and I'll stop the fishing when I'm getting jobs. When we were young, our parents do catch fish like that. But as we are growing now, it's not like that. The pressure on the sea right now, I think, is very, very high. So when we go, we will not get anything. So not getting anything, and I'm getting something in electrical side, I have to move there quickly.
But for 27-year-old Favor, his only source of income is fishing. He's worried about the long-term viability of his occupation.
I started fishing in 2009 to 2023 now. So you get plenty fish, and right now, if the big boats, the navy boats, if you come and put the light on the sea and the chemical, we didn't catch anything. But if we didn't do it at all, we catch plenty fish. We didn't know any work apart from the fishing. We didn't know how to farm too. Only fishing we know. That's why we suffer in the house.
Favor is keen to learn an alternative trade apart from fishing to reduce our reliance on the sea for livelihood. Joseph Armstrong, Gold Alloy, TV3, Keta, Volta Region.
That's it for the segment brought to you by USAID from the American people.
Thanks very much, Portia, for Mission tonight. Now, the father of the 7-year-old Mufida has been remanded into police custody by the Special Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit DOVSU Court to reappear in 2 weeks. The accused, Idrisu Adams, is facing 3 charges, including causing unlawful damage contrary to Section 69 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960.
The 2 other charges are engaging in domestic violence to include physical abuse and any behavior or conduct that in any way endangers the safety, health or well-being of another person, contrary to the Domestic Violence Act of 2007, Act 732. The accused, Idrisu Adams, pleaded not guilty to all 3 charges at the Specialized Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit Circuit Court at the DOVSU headquarters in Accra. Lawyers for the accused prayed the court to admit the accused to bail on the grounds that his wife is an expectant mother. But the judge declined and remanded him into police custody for 2 weeks. According to the judge, the wife in question is a wanted person in the case and hence cannot be a source for an excuse. The court also issued a criminal warrant against the wife of the accused who is at large. Meanwhile, a nursing officer who is taking care of the 7-year-old victim has been granted temporary custody pending the determination of the case. The 7-year-old Mufida was saved at the 11th hour by neighbors who could no longer watch her endure the inhumane treatment being meted out to her by her father and stepmother. The victim is currently doing well with her foster parents.
A reminder, you're still watching our major news bulletin tonight. This is News 360. Still ahead in the bulletin, We've got the very latest in sports news, and there's some news that's trickling in from the camp of Manchester United. You've got to stay tuned in.
You dey sleep? That's man. Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema bema gani oba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma boasumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Pamon tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwem na ehwam.
Having insecticide spray hwam na sanso kum a wotu ene omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no ekumwa warrior nothing just here with
having black mosquito kwe empom wisie bebre and say wo hwene so ehwam kama kwe no emubu na jumo size no boduma don't shred to me no
and a heaven spray having naphthalene balls ni perfumed insect repellent no ekumwa omutu na wa wonam from nothing just here with
heaven dear ba ko pe heaven dear
FDA actually a kratoyatum.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
There are some moments that last forever because they happen only once. Like your very first day, your first day of school, your first successful bike ride. What's your child's next milestone? Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is here to ensure they smile through it all. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture has been keeping children smiling for more than a decade by relieving them from gastric pain, flatulence, minor digestive upset, and teething discomfort. Now, Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's the Premier League, all on DSTV. All the goals, clashes, and moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka.
Their start is getting better and better.
All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Get DSTV with an HD decoder plus 1 month compact for 299 CDs. It's the Premier League, all on DSTV.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 CDs upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Segment is brought to you by
Gentleman Cosmetic Range,
Bell Pack Tissues.
It's time for sports here on News 360. I am Aniela Alute. We start off with tennis, and Carlos Alcaraz won the Wimbledon men's singles title for the first time by ending Novak Djokovic's recent dominance with a stunning victory defeats the defending champion. Djokovic was aiming for a fifth straight win and an 8th men's triumph, but the 36-year-old Serb was outlasted by top seed Alcaraz.
Congratulations, Noah. It's amazing to play against him. What can I say about him? It's unbelievable that you inspire me a lot. I started playing tennis, watching you. I mean, since I was born, you already was winning tournaments. It's amazing. Probably you are in a very good shape than me. You just said that the 36 is the new 26, and you make that happen. In real, but it's amazing.
It certainly. Proceeding to England, Harry Maguire says he has been stripped of the Manchester United captaincy by manager Erik ten Hag. The England centre-back was appointed United skipper by Ten Hag's predecessor Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in January 2020. The 30-year-old made 8 starts in the Premier League last season and is linked with a move to West Ham. On being stripped of his captaincy, Maguire took to his Twitter page and said, "Since the day I took the role 3.5 years ago, it's been a huge privilege to lead Manchester United and one of the proudest moments of my career to date. It is one of the greatest honors in club football. I've done everything I possibly could to help United be successful on and off the field. I will always be grateful to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for first giving me the responsibility, and I wish whoever now takes it on every success, and they will have my full support." Moving on to the transfer markets, one of the leaders at Manchester United seemingly has one foot out of the club, while Xavi Simons faces yet another loan spell. Here's our transfer up for today.
West Ham United are in the running to sign England defender Harry Maguire. The 30-year-old England defender has an uncertain future at Old Trafford, as Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez have emerged as Erik ten Hag's first-choice centre-backs. The former Leicester City defender was stripped of his captaincy on Sunday. Dutch midfielder Xavi Simons is a target for German side RB Leipzig as they look for reinforcements after the exit of Dominic Szoboszlai to Liverpool. The 20-year-old has returned to PSG after a successful loan spell at PSV Eindhoven. Inter Milan have turned their attentions to Arsenal striker Folarin Balogun as they look to bolster their forward line. Balogun netted 21 Ligue 1 goals during his loan spell at Reims last season. Fenerbahce have agreed a €9 million deal with Dinamo Zagreb to sign Croatia goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic. Livakovic is expected to finalize personal terms in the coming days.
Heading over now to women's football, the Black Queens have returned to the country ahead of their 2024 Olympic game qualification against Guinea. Having defeated Guinea in the first leg on Friday by 3-0, the team is expected to have a presser on Monday before training. The second leg is scheduled for a 4 p.m. kickoff at the Accra Sports Stadium on Tuesday, 18 July. That will be all for sports here on News 360. I am Aniela Alute. Up next is entertainment news.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water. GTP, still timeless. Vodafone, further together. And powered by 3 Entertainment.
Welcome to GTP Fashion Corner. GTP, life styled.
Tonight in this segment, organizers of Ghana's biggest music, culture and art festival in the UK, Party in the Park, have cancelled this year's event. The festival, which was originally scheduled for Saturday, July 15, 2023, has been cancelled due to the high risk of weather conditions forecasted by the Met Office in the UK. A statement shared by organizers read, "With the Met Office's weather warning alert on yellow and the risk of the forecasted high winds on Saturday, July 15, it was only right to put safety first and make the call to postpone the festival."
It's been an exciting 30 years with over 8 albums, several local and international awards, world tours, chart-topping songs, and decades of consistent gospel music. Soul winners have treated Ghanaians to a number of great gospel songs. Manager Robert Otu tells 3 Entertainment that the group will continue to train more people for the work of Christ.
We've been together over 30 years as a group. We started when we were in school, friends in the Apostolic Church. We came together, listening to professional musicians playing. We were wondering if we could get there, the passion we had with music in the church. We were hoping that we would be able to take it to a higher heights. Thankfully, God's been gracious to us. We've been able to do something. I mean, for 30 years we've been together and counting. Initially, when we started in music, it's not this time that you have a lot of people appreciating musicians in the church. It was seen as our contribution to the church. So just like a member comes to church to play, we do the same. We weren't paid for it, but we decided to do professional music. So the professional music paid a little. This is unity of purpose. I always say this, I say this to my guys, my friends around. It was some kind of commitment we had towards what we wanted to do at the time. I mean, we put our heads together, we think through, we have this bonding and understanding. So that oneness, unity of purpose, that's what I'll say. Soul winners is like this. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whenever you get into soul winners is a training field. If you have the opportunity to be part of the team, you definitely will undergo training. It's not a prison. You see that whenever anybody comes, you are locked down. The people come and play their parts. You see, so whenever you come in, the training is inevitable. So we'll keep training people. Once the group still exists, it will also churn out, support for people, training, guys and all that.
Coming up next, we've got the very latest in international news.
Hundreds of homes have been destroyed by fire in a poor neighborhood of the South African port city of Durban. One person is known to have died in the blaze that tore through Kennedy Road informal settlement early on Sunday morning, but there are fears that more bodies could be found. The cause of the fire is not yet known. However, some eyewitnesses say it started when 2 people who had been drinking got into an argument. A South African Red Cross spokesperson described it as a disaster and estimated that about 1,000 shacks may have been destroyed, leaving some 3,000 people homeless. President Vladimir Putin has said Russia has a stockpile of cluster munitions and will consider using them against Ukraine. Putin's comments come just days after Ukraine received a delivery of American-made cluster munitions. Cluster weapons are particularly dangerous to civilian and non-combatants when fired near populated areas because they scatter explosive material, so-called bomblets, across large areas.
Well, thank you very much for staying tuned to News 360. We do really appreciate your time. For more news, do also log on to our website. It's www.3news.com. My name is Pa Kwesi Asare.
I am Portia Gabo. Have a lovely evening.
right. Vibes, booze, feeling fresh.